Hello world and all you wonderful people masquerading as Care Bears. I'm Fishfillet103 and today we are going to be talking about something hard. Nope, that's not quite it. No, gosh, cover that up, burn it with fire! No, that's the wrong kind of hard. I mean, we are talking about difficulty, as in difficulty in video games and difficulty in life. Also, it will be difficult to record this video because I'm doing it with my son on my leg, because honestly, I just can't find time to do it when he's not in my life. Moving on with the Muse. Check it out. This is a game called Wings of V. The game was initially released in November 2014. It was made by a Danish indie studio called Grinsoft. Sorry if I'm butchering the name, all you Danes out there. And it was made on the Click Team engine. And it's received a lot of praise from what I can tell. I personally can't stand the game. It's so infuriatingly difficult. I'm not sure if it's a game I want to finish and review on this channel. So why do I have such a hard time getting into Wings of V, and yet I absolutely love Nuclear Throne and the Dark Souls franchise? It's not that I don't like difficult 2D platformers. I actually love them. I've never played Super Meat Boy, sue me, but I was raised on Mario, and have continued that childhood love into games like Rayman Origins and Legends and the Gianna Sisters. There's just something about Wings of V that makes the difficulty feel like less of a challenge to be overcome and more of just the game being unfair. Confused at why I like one hard thing and not another, I went to the person who I take all my hard things to, my wife. I asked her if she was happy being married and raising a kid, despite the fact that it's ruined her body, upset her emotional state, screwed with her hormones, and left her sleep deprived for nearly 2 years now. In short, I asked if she was happy with her life being as difficult as it is right now. Her response was incredibly sweet and twofold. A, she was just happy being married to me and didn't consider that difficult at all. Aww. And B, she was happy with us raising a son not because of the difficulty, but despite the difficulty. Sorry about that. Liam finished one of his vanilla wafers and I had to give him another one to keep him quiet. Moving on. This thinking of doing things not because of the difficulty but despite the difficulty opened up a whole new world of thinking about video games and my life. I love Dark Souls 1 and 3 more than 2, but I still love that entry as well. One of the mistakes people make with Dark Souls, and I think one of the big mistakes they made with 2, is in thinking that it is a franchise concerned with only being hard. This is not the case at all. Take away the difficulty, and you still get a great, moody, atmospheric, gothic world with awesome weapons, armor, and enemies. You get exemplary level design, most of the time, deep hidden lore, and a responsive combat system quite different from any other third-person action RPG. In other words, you still get a ton of game, even without the difficulty. The difficulty is simply a vessel to convey a sense of accomplishment, to make you feel good about conquering these dark and often twisted worlds. Nuclear Throne also has a lot more going for it. Sure, the game is incredibly punishing, forcing your Twitch skills to be at their peak, but if you take away the twitchy difficulty, you still have a rewarding game loop of unlocking new characters and discovering all the secrets this future wasteland has to offer. I found great pleasure in seeing what crazy new weapons the later levels have to offer, discovering secret levels, and learning the playstyles of each of the varied characters. Still a lot of game. The difficulty just makes you feel good about yourself when you get farther than you ever have before. So in the not-so-humble opinion of myself and a psychotic 1-year-old whose nicknames include Little Monster, Chaotic Force of Destruction, and Stinker, Wings of V just doesn't have much going for it outside of being difficult. The story is non-existent after the first 10 minutes. The environments are trying to be a creepy, hellish takeover of heaven, but those don't really do it for me, and a large part of the challenge comes from the controls. Sure, the platforming works, aside from some cheap sections that are meant to be trial and error, but the combat controls are abysmal. Overall, it feels like this game was only meant to be hard, wrong hard, instead of crafting an immersive, rich experience and using difficulty to enhance everything. It just feels difficult for the sake of being difficult. And because my mind can't just leave these things at video games, I started thinking about what we do in life. People always say, follow your passion, find something that you love doing and make that your career. Why is that? Are we just a lazy species that wants to play but has to deal with the harsh realities of mortality? Well, maybe. But I think there's another reason. Work is hard. The word itself, work, conveys effort to achieve a reward. Heck, we usually attach the word hard, wrong hard, in front of it, meaning we know that achieving anything in this world is probably going to be difficult at some point. So if we know that at some point work is going to be difficult, then we need something more to keep us going. Something that will make us love doing what we do, despite the difficulty. Think about it. No musclehead goes to the gym just to feel the burn. Sure, they might say that, but they are really there because they like feeling strong, or want to get stronger, or they want to attain a certain body shape. There's more to a musclehead's enjoyment of the gym than just pain and hard work. There's the accomplishment of breaking through your physical limits, of seeing your pain pay off in new strength and a new physique. So now an awkward segue into why things in life are actually difficult. We now understand, hopefully, that some part of life will always be difficult, but it is up to us to find ways to enjoy life despite the difficulty of living. So why is life difficult? And what does it truly mean to be difficult? There are a lot of things that can define difficulty. One example we've already used is when something is physically difficult, meaning it requires stamina, strength, or skills which take a bit more effort than usual. Something can be mentally difficult, meaning you don't know the answer and are trying to think of one. And things can be emotionally difficult, meaning it makes you feel like crap. But there's one underlying theme in all difficulties, a general blanket statement that can be made for everything. Some part of us, whether it's our physical bodies, our minds, or our hearts, never expects the difficult things in life to be that hard. In a sense, we can say that difficulty is simply reality being different from our expectations. So with this newfound definition of hardness/difficulty, let's look at Dark Souls again. Gamers who are experienced Souls players are known as masochists. What they really are is realists. The first time you play Dark Souls, if you play it blind, you get hit by most traps, killed by most new enemies, and miss most secrets. The games do a pretty good job of training the player to get better at playing the game as he goes along, but the fact is you don't know what to expect, and the Souls games punish you mercilessly for it. Experienced Dark Souls players know that the game is preying on their ignorance. The only skills they learn that can help them from entry to entry are to be observant and be cautious. But because they are expecting the game to skewer them, they no longer find the game difficulty frustrating, but instead find it enjoyable. Because of their expectations of the game are pretty close to the reality of the game, they're able to enjoy it despite its learning curves, unfairness, or skill requirements. Isn't it that way with life as well? Marriage is difficult. Working a career is tough. Raising kids, like the one sitting on my lap right now, is hard. Traveling is scary. But some people don't find it so. Why are there rock stars who seem to be able to roll with the experiences that you and I find so crippling? Well, don't worry, they have their own challenges. Anytime you see someone who is the amazing dad, best employee, wonderful wife who is a quadrilingual millionaire who spends every other week in a new country, ostensibly working, but we all know is really just playing. Anytime you see one of these people, annoying as they might be, just realize that it's only a matter of perception. Their expectations match the reality of the task ahead of them, so they can plan and prepare far better than others can. And during the action they have prepared for, they are able to hold up, because that's what they are expecting. And you know, as I was getting some footage from Wings of V, I began to discover something. The game can be annoying and feel cheap, but there is a sense of accomplishment in completing its tasks. There is a little more story than I gave it credit for, and I'm starting to enjoy it a little more. I'm expecting the game to be unfair, so it's not as annoying that I die all the time. So who knows? Maybe you will see more footage on this channel in the form of a review. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching another video of mine. This one is one that I've been thinking about for a long time, that I actually put a lot of effort into the script. Also, thanks for bearing with my adorable 1-year-old Liam sitting on my lap during the entire time. I kept some stuff he put in there because I thought it added some good comedic timing. As usual, thanks for watching. I love you guys, but I do have something to ask of you. I realize that most of the people who watch this are just close friends and family. So if you guys could leave a comment down below of a time when difficulty in a video game either made you absolutely love that game or absolutely broke you of it, I would love to hear some of your comments. And also, this channel isn't monetized at all. I'm just doing it as a hobby, but I do kind of want to see a lot of comments. I kind of like comments a lot. So if you could share this on like your social media site of preference with some friends or something who would be willing to watch it and leave some comments, that'd be awesome. I'd love to get a great discussion started and kind of just see what other people thought about some of the thoughts I put forward. Anyways, thanks guys. Love you all. You're amazing. Go have a great, wonderful day with your families and friends and accomplish lots of awesome things that I will not be able to accomplish in this lifetime. See ya. Bye.